Hey guys, welcome back. I had to do it. I want to lay everything out on the table. The last video, when we're filming and talking, I was explaining things and I don't think I was really you weren't able to see all the little stuff that we've been working on because it's kind of buried in the skis. So I pulled it all out on the table. You can see where we're at. You see our bed plate here has really made our engine mount, has really made some progress. So this is a really good look at what we've done, the layout that's gonna actually be all glued in and mounted into the ski. Let me show you this montage I did of, evolving this engine bed. Check this out. We talked a lot about, the paint sticks, the fiberglass, this is the underneath part where we want to put some carbon. We showed you a little bit of that, I believe. And then it was just hard to see everything inside of the hull, but this is us making the mount for the intercooler, which again, paint sticks, Bondo, tape. I'm just trying to get something to start with. So we threw some carbon fiber in there. We made some kind of piece, and then we kind of moved on to the exhaust. I realized kind of mocking up the exhaust, I really needed the engine glued in, but we got a good starting point. So this is a look of the layout on the inside of the hull and our progress. But pretty much basically this is how it goes down. You kind of have to put everything in and sort of get it in place, and then you can start getting real with fiberglass in it. We bondoed things up to kind of straighten out some of our fiberglass, and now we're gonna lay some fiberglass and carbon fiber on top of everything just to make it look trick. And this is the steps. This is how we went about it. But I think it came out awesome. You got that real visual carbon fiber look. It's really raw, and we're gonna glue it into the ski here in a little bit. So again, seeing this layout on the table gives you a really good idea of what we're gonna be gluing into the ski. You can see our bed plate came out awesome. You can kind of see how the exhaust is gonna come into play. I'll have that hose from the Sea-Doo come in there. Our supercharger, our air filter is gonna come up here. We have our intercooler. This is our little cradle, our carbon fiber cradle. It's kind of sitting in here, gonna hold the intercooler into place. And so this just gives you a really good look at it. It's hard to see in the ski, but I'm sitting on the table here. It really helps you wrap your head around the power plant that's gonna go inside of this watercraft. And speaking of the watercraft, the ProForce 3.0 is one of the most unique, innovative, advanced watercrafts that has ever been built. This is a good look at this is basically our production ski. This is for a friend of mine in Texas, Travis Thompson. But this is a good look at how crazy our stand-ups have become these days, right? We have an upper spray deflector, which this is a patent of ProWatercraft's that we came up with several years ago. We also have a multi-level hull, and this is just like I said, it's a very beautiful and innovative ski. We have the deepest and largest tray that you can get on a stand-up. Got it lined with some jet trim. It's just a very beautiful, very comfortable, very forgiving. There's nothing like it. A ProForce is the most innovative ski you've ever seen. And speaking of skis that you've never seen before, our shop, if you haven't been here before, I want to give you a little tour and point out a couple of things. And we got a really cool layout. We got basically I'm a collector of all the unique stand-ups and history that has come in and out of our sport. So I want to show you a couple of things in our shop. Not only do we sell some awesome handling parts, for pretty much every stand-up and sport skis, some sit-downs, Sparks, some Yamaha stuff. But we have really cool jet skis. This is basically something that was made by LaserJet. It was out for a few years and it was super popular, right? This was the 80s. And some of the cool magazines that you'll see from back in those days, Larry Ribbon Kroger, he's a local Lake Havasu guy. Also the first jet ski world champion. we have one of the first stand-ups of our industry. This is a 1975 Kawasaki 400. This is a great look at where we were to where we are now. So I love having this watercraft. Tim Campbell and his son built this. The guy's a master at like refurbishing and bringing things back to, you know, its original form. And so I love the ski. I actually do ride it once a year. So, but again, this is a great look of where we were. And now you see like what we're building. This was, I think, maybe like a 40 horsepower machine. And now we're gonna go to maybe 400 horsepower, somewhere in there, I'm guessing. It's kind of crazy to think in the last 40 years where we were and where we are now. It's definitely, for me, it's inspiring for sure. And so you can see a lot of like our shop, our ride plates, the skis hanging on the wall. If you've never been to ProWatercraft before, you got to stop by and check out this place. Like I said, we have all kinds of different museum pieces and posters from the past. We have new skis. You know, if you're in the stand-ups, this is definitely the place you want to stop by and check out. Okay, let's get back to the build. We got work to do. Oh, one more thing. Up here, these are some prized possessions. The Stricklands, the Gocher family, they loaned us these skis. This is basically the first national championship ski ever, 1977 and 78. This is the Shuttle #1, and it is the first dominating racing ski of our kind. So yeah, cool to have these pieces, but back to the shop. Back to work. What's next? What's next is basically, we're really close to gluing this in. I want to kind of integrate in some aluminum so we can put in, let me show you our battery tray. We have here, this is a Kawasaki battery tray we're gonna use. So we're gonna make some mounts so we can bolt that guy down. Over here I have our electrical harness. So again, I'm going on Marketplace and I'm kind of buying a lot of used items just to kind of budget this build. But this is something we got. This is a 2007 wire harness, and it matches the ECU we have, so it's a little dirty. I'll clean it up, but I think it's definitely more than usable. So I think this guy is gonna come, possibly, I'm gonna make some mounts, integrate in some aluminum. I think maybe we're gonna go like right here with this so we can kind of attach to our engine. Of course, our gas tank is gonna be here. So this is kind of the point where I'm gonna cut some aluminum and we're gonna fiberglass it to the inside. And so I have some points to be able to drill and tap and mount this stuff. So that's kind of where we're at right now. And yeah, follow along. We've got the engine bed plate ready to go. Everything is glassed in. Our motor mounts are there. We got a really nice carbon fiber look. It is time to bond it into the ski forever. So we're gonna flip this thing over, and you'll see on this side, we add a little bit more glass and our aluminum mounts all through to kind of give us a good aluminum structure running all the way through it. So I'll get some gloves on, and it's time to make this happen. This is a big step because after we get this glued in and it's dried, I can start getting my pump, my dry shaft. I know exactly where the motor's gonna go. I can get the exhaust like lined up and welded because again, the motor is locked in. So things start happening a little bit faster after this point, which is kind of exciting. We are using a multi-purpose panel adhesive made by SEM. So this stuff works really good. This is, it's kind of like the same family as all like fiberglass and some urethanes, and like they all bond together really well. So we use this quite a bit for smaller jobs. When we're gluing the skis together, we use a little bit different material, but this is definitely adequate. So here we go. We have a little pneumatic gun. All right, the gun is primed. So let's go. Comes out nice and slow. Oh, it broke through. Look at that. That's not good. That is unexpected. That's all the hardener. Hey guys, we're back and we had an accident. Yeah, unfortunately this happens. Speaking of accidents, you know, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is one of Fly's latest helmets. It's their Bluetooth helmet where it gives you a lot of safety devices. This thing's pretty sick. Like you get GPS. If you crash out on the trails or out jet skiing, it'll send a signal out. You can do SOS, you know, it'll even send your emergency contacts. So you even put it in your blood type and it'll send it to the rescue team, the emergency team. Like it is a pretty advanced helmet, super lightweight, carbon fiber. This thing's trick. And for a build like this, where we're riding to the extremes, there's no other helmet that I would want to wear. So pretty excited about this thing, and it's sexy as hell. So anyways, but we really did have an issue. We started gluing and the glue like failed on us. Like it started separating. It's an A and B. It was supposed to be like mixing into itself, and then we were trying to like do it, and then I just realized that at some moment we just had to abort and just kind of scrape it off and clean it up, and here we are. We had to get some more glue. And yeah, so now we're really gonna do it. Definitely do not want a possible 400 horsepower engine coming loose at 80 something miles an hour. That Fly helmet will save my ass, hopefully. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode. I got my hands. I'm kind of cleaning and wiping up all the glue to put in this engine bed. Fingers crossed, no more disasters. But I got my fly helmet just in case there's an accident. So we got that going for us. Anyways, like, subscribe, follow, and check out the start of Maddie on the ProForce.